Hello friends, Running Kimono here. So we have some Walgreens, very inexpensive SHEA Moisture deodorant. This is a favorite of mine. I always like to keep one of these in my purse because they are so great. Very similar to the native deodorant if you've ever indulged in that fanciness. And then we have some free cheese over at Meijer grocery store, and I'm going to show you how to look this up in the Ibotta app if you might have a store like close to you, because I know not all of you are in the Midwest, but 2 bricks of free cheese, you just cannot pass that up. First piece of business I want to talk about is the 70% off summer clearance. I guess I must have made a huge mistake saying that, hey, guess what? My store doesn't go to 90. And about a dozen of you said, oh, my store does. Here's the deal. If it goes to 90 in your region, that's awesome. But the majority of us will only get it at 80, and then it gets boxed up, and then it gets sent off to auction. There's lots of these Amazon stores that do $10 a day, $5 a day, $1 a day. They buy seasonal shelf pulls from larger stores such as Walgreens. Now, as predicted in my video, I think next Monday it's probably going to hit 80. It did not hit it this morning. I already checked. I thought it would either be a Thursday or it's probably going to be the Monday. So we'll just have to play this one by ear. And if your store hits 90%, that's awesome. But the majority of us, like I live in small town, Michigan. And essentially what happens is, as described, things get boxed up and it gets sent off to auction. There's this YouTuber who actually shows, and these are only a portion of his Walgreens pallets, where he unboxes a lot of this stuff, and it is like from probably 20 to 30 stores, and it's just like summer. They make way more money selling these pallets to a buyer like this than selling stuff to people like us at 90%. So, I mean, some stuff might be 90, but for the majority, of all the material up here, it's going to tap out at 80, and then within a week it gets boxed up, and then it gets sent to somebody like the Resale Rabbit, and he pays for the shipping and the boxes, and Walgreens loves him. A link to one of his videos where he's doing an unboxing. It might be Christmas or like the summer stuff. I don't know. I'll just pick a random video. But yeah, if you're living in like say Miami, where it would cost more to truck the stuff out, of course they're going to probably go to 90. But for a lot of us that live in rural USA, where there are businesses that do these sort of like bin stores, or people that buy these huge amounts of merchandise, it's a different story. I know even like New York City or the boroughs of New York, when it hits 50, after that, it's gone because they have a limited amount of space and they can't keep this stuff forever. So if you have 90, that's awesome. But the majority of us, it's going to go 80 and that's it. I'm not making stuff up. Please watch John's video because it makes all the sense right here. I'll link it at the very end. Okay, so over on Ibotta, these shampoos that have these very generous rebates for the Dove and the Tresemme, they have the time ticker of death, but these have reset for me, I think, like 4 times now. They keep resetting. I don't know why, but here they are. So if you are planning on doing the Dove or the Tresemme, or if you have purchased them and not submitted them to Ibotta, get your money back because those rebates are still there. I don't know why some of us get it and some of us don't, but you might want to check that out. It's extra money back for the shampoo deals this week over at Walgreens. Okay, so I recommend to do this video as a curbside pickup so you can have a little bit of extra savings with the coupon codes. And who doesn't like to save a bit more money? At the checkout, you will have to ask the cashier to process this through a regular cash register. If they use a handheld, you're not going to get a receipt, and you won't be able to submit this to Fetch Rewards, and that's going to create a huge problem. So you have to be pretty adamant to say, hey, could you process this through a regular register? I need a receipt. So hopefully you can do that. And we're going to look at the math 2 different ways. So you're going to load your best friend, which is a 10 off of 2 digital coupon. This has a really long expiry date for a couple of weeks. So even if you don't decide to do this deal, load it. You might need it in a couple weeks. There might be a fantastic deal with this like in the next week or so. We never know how things go over there. So looking at this, guys, the total is $21.98. Subtracting WAG 10, $1.20 is coming off. If you can't get those coupon codes to load, try logging out and logging back in. They did some sort of app update, and some phones are rather fussy. Free curbside pickup and $1.25 of tax. Your digital coupon melting off. The total is $12.03. If you want to use $10 in Walgreens cash and pay $203, by all means go for it. And for some of us with our Fetch Rewards account, the full 20 will track. Others have issues with that. I don't fully understand why, but I know that myself for the Dove and the Tresemme the last couple of weeks, it's been tracking for the full amount that I've been buying. Leap of faith kind of deal. If you don't want to roll the dice on this deal, don't do it. But if you spend 20, you're getting back 3,000, and some accounts have 3,000 back for each deodorant you're buying, and other accounts have 1,500 points. So double, triple check what you might have. And is this a deal worth your time and money as well? You decide that depending on what your Fetch rebates are. At the very top of the search bar, just type in SHEA Moisture Deodorant, and these should start populating for you. So if you have the rebates where you're possibly going to get 9,000 back, 3,000 for buying 20 and 3,000 for each, that's 9,000 points. So it'd be $1.78 for the two, or 89 cents per deodorant. If you have the 6,000 points back when you buy the two, the 3,000 when you spend 20, and then the 1,500 for each, that's 6,000. It'd be $4.78 for the two, or $2.39 for these deodorants that are usually, like, I think $12.99 each. I still think it's a very good deal any way you slice it or dice it if you love this deodorant. The last store that we have is Meijer, which is a grocery store here in the Midwest. If you head over to your Ibotta account, at the very bottom on the main page, see where it says Home Redeem Bonuses. See how there's a little thing that says Get 100% cash back? Tap on that, because it should start populating possible freebies, and maybe you might have a grocery store that has this freebie as well. I know that if it was at Walmart, it would have been all over social media last night, but I live specifically in the Midwest, and it's only at our Meijer grocery store, which is really kind of interesting, but maybe one of your grocery stores might have it. So I would double, triple check this, especially if you're out and about. Get your free cheese. I absolutely will. So the first is this one called Kraft Fusion Chunk Cheese. It's called the Flavor Fusion. So it has a couple different ones. The garlic and herb cheddar, the tomato basil, and the buffalo ranch Monterey Jack. So it's just like a brick of cheese with flavorings. You would pay the full amount, and then Ibotta would give you the cash back, which is $3.78. I wish it was $7. And it's one per store card. And the second one is a more fancy Cracker Barrel. It's called the Artisan Flavor Cheese. So again, more fancier flavors. You would pay the $4.79 out, photograph your receipt to Ibotta, and get the $4.79 back. And also with Meijer grocery stores, I had no idea, because I really don't shop at Meijer very much. You can get like gift cards through Ibotta to shop at Meijer. So, I mean, why not get a $25 gift card, get a bunch of rebates, including these 2 bricks of cheese? Wouldn't that be nice? And I want to give a special shout out and thank you to my friend Rolling Coupon Moms on Instagram. She posted about this last night, and she's right on the money. 2 free bricks of cheese is the best way to start a weekend. That's it for this video, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.